Every single time a brand new Sims 4 pack comes out, there's always some kind of controversy. I feel like where EA is, controversy just follows. It's just how they run things. So just like every other Sims 4 pack, Lovestruck has come with some criticism before we've even seen gameplay. And you might be thinking, well, Satch, last week they revealed the gameplay trailer. Well, there wasn't actually any gameplay in this gameplay trailer. So that's the first part of it. A lot of people are thinking, hey, this is literally an entire gameplay trailer and there's literally no gameplay revealed. Obviously, it's important to look at what they did reveal. Now, firstly, they revealed the Cupid's Corner dating app, which is basically just an app where Sims can talk to each other, and if they like each other, they can meet. So when you put it into perspective, okay, I would like to look at Social Bunny, which came with the high school years pack, which is another bad pack in my personal opinion, but this Social Bunny feature was considered more of just like a minor feature of the pack where you can speak to your friends and you can send one of 4 message types to them. You can tag Sims in a post. You can also create posts about things that you go to and things that you do, sending and receiving different kinds of messages. Although it's a little bit of a shallow feature, like you can react to the messages with like emojis, but you can't actually reply to them properly, which is a little bit silly. But anyway, this is a messaging feature. So this is like a brand new Sims 4 app, which is not that different really to the Lovestruck Cupid's, whatever it's called, Cupid's Corner dating app. They're both in-game apps, and as you can see, like it's just kind of UI, and it's a slightly different way to communicate with Sims, but really it's basically the same thing. So this whole Cupid's Corner feature, it's kind of been marketed as like a major feature of the pack, but when you bring it down to it, in reality, it's probably going to be something that's kind of similar to the high school years Social Bunny app experience, where it's not that deep. It's just you have the addition to go on a date. They did show off in the gameplay trailer that you could set date events and you can kind of dictate what things you do in a date, which to me personally sounds quite cool. But when we put it into perspective, guys, we had the exact same thing with The Sims for My Wedding Stories, and we know how that went. That one's also about romance. With the My Wedding Stories, you can see there's like an event where you choose these different kinds of things that you can do at a wedding venue. And despite the interaction being called plan a wedding event, you actually get immediately thrown into the wedding unexpectedly. And then you can see in the top left that you have the different wedding ceremony things to do. I haven't invited any guests, obviously, like this isn't like a proper wedding, but trying to get this interaction to work with many Sims is impossible. I mean, I just selected give speech interaction. As you can see, Shanice has got into this room over here. He is currently giving a speech, like talking to this champagne. Shanice, are you coming in? Are you coming in to listen? There we go. She's coming to listen now. But as you can see, like it's very in general, like kind of stiff and awkward. Like I've just got the Sims to dance, the wedding dance. And as you can see, they just kind of stand there doing this. Like, can you imagine this? But instead of with 2 Sims, with 10 Sims, it's pretty severe. So this whole system of selecting activities and kind of setting them like missions at the top left here, it's been proven with My Wedding Stories that this does not work out. And My Wedding Stories is so controversial, the most controversial Sims 4 game pack at the very least. So how on earth are they going to make Lovestruck work if it's the exact same system? There's no reason why they could suddenly make the coding work for one pack but not another. I'd also like to mention that My Wedding Stories is a game pack and Lovestruck is an expansion pack. So what does Lovestruck really have above My Wedding Stories? Well, it has turn-ons and turn-offs, which are not particularly enough to constitute being a major feature in my opinion. So I just kind of feel like what's this pack actually coming with? They've bloated it with a brand new rabbit hole career, which is going to be a matchmaker. But again, this is just like a rabbit hole career, so I don't think it's going to be that in depth. It's really tough to think about what Lovestruck is actually coming with to justify an expansion pack's worth of experiences. And no, I don't think cast assets and build assets and a world size counts. Actually thinking about gameplay, I feel like a lot of people are wondering like, what is this actually coming coming with. And we've had that with every single recent Sims 4 expansion pack. I think the Horse Ranch pack was probably the worst of them all. My personal prediction is, though, Lovestruck is going to take the first place in terms of being the worst of them all, because this pack like really does seem like it's not coming with anything. So that's not the only controversy. Now, in the gameplay trailer, you can see in the bottom right here, curved pools are pretty much confirmed now for The Sims 4, although as we know with curved walls, with the ceilings update, with the platforms update, every single update, they always don't implement the build updates very well and they're always glitchy, and it seems like curved pools are no different. You may have already noticed this area of the roof here clipping through. So in the official in the official trailer for The Sims 4 Lovestruck, glitchy curved pools are confirmed. This is why I say like they just need to move on to The Sims 5, because like this game has broken the coding to the core. Like they can't make anything work. Even just curved pools, like they're glitching even in the gameplay trailer. So there's that for you. People seem to be unexcited about it. It's kind of like with High School Years. They were like, oh my god, guys, we're getting curved walls in this High School Years update, and then they were glitchy. And it's the same thing with the Snowy Escape platforms, like they were glitchy. The Horse Ranch ceilings update was glitchy. Every single build update they do is glitchy. So here it's obviously going to be the same, and people are kind of pissed about that. Another thing is the Love Hotel. So they showed off in the gameplay trailer that Sims can go off into a hotel and woohoo, but as you can see, it's just a rabbit hole. So everybody was thinking like, oh my god, guys, we can have our Sims go into a proper hotel, but of course this is the Sims 4, so no, they're not. They're going into a building, and it's not just this building that's got people feeling a little bit underwhelmed and pissed. It's the aesthetic of the building itself. As you can see, it's pretty ugly. This is objectively a very bad looking build, and other people have also noticed even just the fake set dressing builds in the background. Something EA are terrible with The Sims 4 is giving us barely any gameplay in any pack that they do, but they always seem to try and justify the price point a bit more by saying, hey, well, you've got this big world. And over the past couple of packs, the worlds have been very big, but they've been very ugly. And as you can see by the buildings surrounding it as well, these are also pretty ugly looking builds. So this whole supposed major feature of going to this hotel, your Sims will fade into this, you know, fake set dressing. It is an objectively ugly looking building. It looks so dingy. And obviously we won't be able to build any in other worlds because it's a rabbit hole, which is a shame. So this is another thing that people are disappointed about. I mean, if you're doing a rabbit hole, you can at least make it look like a proper rabbit hole. The Sims 4, the game that was originally intended to have absolutely no rabbit holes, has now got them. And instead of at least trying to make an effort to say, hey, we're going to try and make this as immersive as possible, they don't. You guys know I lived in Japan. Like some of their love hotels were insane. Like they have, I've just got these random images off Google, and you know, they have like a lot of them, they have these weird like themed rooms. Imagine if they turned this into an actual gameplay thing where you could go into different themed rooms and you could actually see the room and even build them. Even if it wasn't like a fully functional hotel, if it was just like a love hotel special or a woohoo hotel, a special hotel type where you could do different themed rooms and they have like different prices, like that would have been a game changer. I've also seen a lot of people worried that Lovestruck might end up being really annoying in terms of how it impacts romantic relationships. We do know that the pack's going to come with different kind of relationship satisfaction styles. For example, a Sim that's not really flirtatious might be annoyed if your Sim tries to flirt with them, but then how do you get romantic with a Sim who's not flirty? They also showed off with Bob and Eliza Pancakes in the trailer how after the honeymoon period, relationships always go downhill and you have to do things in order to, you know, spark it all back up again. And it just makes me think, like, is this going to be something annoying? Like one of those gimmicks, you know, like with Eco Lifestyle, and it came with that voting board. And at first it was like, oh, that's quite interesting. But then it just got very, very annoying very quickly. Is it going to be like that and just another gimmick? I'm also seeing a lot of people say Lovestruck just feels like leftover crumbs. For example, this date event seems to be very recycled from My Wedding Disasters. The Cupid's Corner dating app is kind of like the Sims 4 Social Bunny, but a dating version, so it looks recycled. The new turn-ons and turn-offs feature seem to be recycled from the Growing Together characteristics, likes and dislikes, where they're basically like turn-ons and turn-offs, but for friends rather than in a romantic way. What kind of conversation styles do you like as a person with other people versus what kind of romantic styles do you like? Like it's basically the same same thing. In the UK, we have a saying, same shit, different gravy. I don't know if you guys have that saying where you're from. So based on everything I've spoken about, I do feel like it's a little bit of a disrespect to us, the consumers, for them to make this an expansion pack, given what we've seen. Obviously, we're yet to see the live stream. Usually the live streams are a bit of a disaster. I feel like the past couple of live streams are not actually live. They've been pre-recorded in order to make the packs look a little bit better than they actually are. But even then, I can still see all of the flaws. So this time I don't think it's going to be any different. So I don't really want to judge it too much, but simply based on what they've given us in their official promotional material, I'm not seeing an expansion pack's worth of stuff, and the experience seems incredibly shallow. I don't necessarily think the features that this pack is coming with are necessarily bad features, not at all. I think the idea of turn-ons and turn-offs would be good. I think the idea of having a dating app in game would also be very, very good. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good expansion pack. Right now, it feels like a good game pack based on what we've seen. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future updates on the nothing burger that is The Sims 4 Lovestruck, as I will also be covering the live stream and giving you guys my thought on that one too. And of course, my brutally honest review when it comes out. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one.